To this end, we will strengthen our partnerships with the Asia Pacific, with Australia, Japan, New Zealand, and the Republic of Korea, and seek new relationships with countries across Latin America, Africa, and Asia. We are also committed to the further deepening of our cooperation with the European Union. Sixth, we will substantially step up training and capacity building for partners from Ukraine and Georgia to Iraq and Jordan. Seventh, leaders agreed that for the first time, addressing the security impact of climate change will be an important task for NATO. This will include regular assessments of the impact of climate change on our installations, missions, and other activities, integrating climate change into our exercises, defense planning, and procurement, and developing a methodology for assessing greenhouse gas emissions from military activities. I am pleased to announce that all allies made a clear commitment to significantly reduce military emissions. We also agreed to set concrete targets for NATO to contribute to the goal of net zero emissions by 2050. I also want to thank Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and Canada for offering to host a new NATO Centre of Excellence on climate and security. Finally, we agreed to develop NATO's next strategic concept in time for our summit in 2022, reaffirming our values and reflecting the significant changes in our security environment over the past decade. The NATO 2030 agenda sets a higher level of ambition, and it provides a clear direction for the future adaptation of our alliance. Allies agreed that these decisions must be underpinned by the right resources through national defense expenditure and NATO common funding. This will be the 7th consecutive year of growing defense spending across European allies and Canada, with over $260 billion extra on defense since 2014. Allies are also investing in new capabilities and contributing to NATO missions and operations. All of this means fairer burden sharing across the alliance. And we must maintain this momentum. To do more together, allies agreed that we also need to invest more together in NATO, to resource our requirements in a more challenging security environment. This will require increased resources across all 3 NATO budgets: military, civil, and infrastructure. For instance, to support more joint training and exercises, command and control, stronger cyber defenses, pre-positioned equipment, better infrastructure, and more capacity building for our partners. So, by agreeing the NATO 2030 agenda, leaders have taken decisions to make our alliance stronger and better fit for the future. We also took decisions on our newest operational domains, cyber and space. Allies agreed a new cyber defense policy for NATO. It recognizes that cyberspace is contested at all times, and ensures that we have strong technical capabilities, political consultations, and military planning in place to keep our systems secure. We also made clear that NATO is determined to defend itself in space as effectively as we do in all other domains: land, sea, air, and cyber. And I thank Luxembourg for funding a strategic space situation awareness system here at NATO headquarters. We also addressed Afghanistan. After almost 20 years, NATO military operations are coming to an end. We pay tribute to all those who have lost their lives or been wounded, and express our appreciation to all those who have served under the NATO flag. NATO leaders reaffirmed their commitment to continue to stand with Afghanistan, with training and financial support for Afghan forces and institutions, and funding to ensure the continued functioning of the international airport. So we have made important decisions today to make NATO stronger in a more competitive world and chart a course for our alliance over the next decade and beyond.